Adventure Time, regular show, Steven Universe, and even Mad. When I was a kid, I was really into Scooby Doo. It was like the only thing I wanted to watch. And since there were other shows airing on Cartoon Network, I didn't really watch. They had Boomerang, which you know is so dumb. I was like a Boomerang kid. I watched like all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons and like some older Cartoon Network stuff. Like I watched like Powerpuff Girls, and Ninjago came out. I was super into the Ninjago toys before the show was a thing. It was so cool that there was a show made about the characters. I started watching Cartoon Network to watch Ninjago. Eventually, I started watching some of the stuff that they aired. Like I started watching regular show a little bit. I watched like Mad, the Mad show. Remember there was like an episode about like Gollum. I don't really remember that much. I remember there was a Gollum episode. There was like some episode about Green Lantern, and I think Big Bird was in it. And then there was like the Annoying Orange show, which I watched a little bit. Those are interesting. Then I started watching more and more of. I really enjoyed regular show, so I like got into regular show because of like Netflix and stuff. They had like the first season of regular show on there, so I remember the first episode like so much. They were like wrestling in their bedroom or something. I don't even know. And there was like a trampoline, so I think they put like a hole in the wall. I don't know. Something like that happened. And then there was the episode about the apple Fruital. That's like and then there was like I remember like Margaret. I remember that was like a thing. And then I got into Adventure Time. Adventure Time. Adventure Time I would say is probably the best cartoon ever. No debate. No debate. You can't debate me. The world building of Adventure Time is so good. Like it's really well thought out. In like the first season or something, there's an episode about him being scared of water, and later on in the show, when you get farther around in it, you find out why he's scared of water because his dad abandoned him on the water. It's like there's so much more. Like the Ice King is really well written. Marceline with Ice King is really well written. Like I feel like the world building is just like very very well executed and really good. The first episode I watched of Adventure Time like air live was the season 3 episode 10. I remember so where Marceline sings. I believe it was one of Rebecca Sugar's like main like I think Rebecca Sugar wrote the song for it and stuff. So she was like a big part of it. She's the creator of Steven Universe if you don't know that. But it's also the episode where Mars you get to see that Marceline PB had an existing relationship. And I think it's the episode where the shirt thing happens. Like Jake sees the shirt and he says, Marceline, is this your shirt? And PB's like, no, that's mine. No, it's a Funko Pop, but I have the 2 Funko Pops that are based on that episode, which I think is like, that might be why I honestly have those ones, because I'm like, I like have like nostalgia because it's like the first episode I saw, and it's like one of the better episodes. That's why they have Funko Pops based on that episode. But it's such a cool, like it's like such a good episode. And then I also really like the episode about Princess Cookie, the one person who wants to be a princess, the cookie that wants to be a princess. Like that episode is so good, and I loved like the Fiona and Cake stuff. Honestly, more than I liked the new Fiona and Cake series. It was like good, I guess. But I feel like the ones from actual Adventure Time were better episodes with those characters. Like they were more iconic. They also released Adventure Time McDonald's toys. They got like one ever, but I think they had like 3 different waves. I think I got like one from the last. Somehow it got thrown out, but I found the same one at a flea market. So I have that toy now because it's like. So now I have that toy. Cartoon Network also had their website, which had like Flash games on it. And I remember I started kind of watching a Total Drama at the time. Like they were doing All Stars when I started watching it. Like the first episode I watched was the one where Alejandro like the egg thing. It was this meatball cannon game. It was like for the revenge season. And, like I think it was just an Angry Bird clone, pretty much. It was like chef shot meatballs. You were chef, and you had to knock down the contestants. And I remember something about like a game with Amazing with a Gumball that had like a bicycle. And I remember they had like could make like montages or like raps with they told them I had like a rap one where you like were Harold and you were making a rap out of scenes in the show. And then like Gumball had like one where you were like mashed episodes together or something. I don't know. It was interesting. Later on, they released the Uncle Grandpa show. That was like the first new show I watched aired like live. The first episode it came out. I liked it, but I don't think it was because of the characters. I think I literally just thought the art was cool, like how picture of a tiger that moved and stuff. And then like I thought that was really cool. And then I liked like I don't know, I didn't really like the other characters. I think like the lizard guy was okay. I don't know. Like it was a kind of an obnoxious show in a way. Like I don't know. I like I like the idea of it, but I feel like it was a little too much. Like the pizza dude and Uncle Grandpa were a little bit annoying. Later, like a few months later, they released Steven Universe. Steven Universe is my thing. First, like maybe 30 episodes of the show are literally perfect. They're perfect. No cartoon episodes that are better. Sue me, they are the best. I feel like the show after like I think Ian, the guy who created OKKO, after he left, I feel like the show lost a bit of its charm. I don't know if it was because he left or if it was just like timing. I don't know. I feel like it lost its charm. Like the first episodes, it was like like you didn't know anything. Once they like dived into the lore and all, I didn't really care for the lore as much as much people did. Episodes were a lot better when it was just like Steven learning a new power or trying to and he doesn't actually, and then like the cheeseburger backpack episode is like good. Cookie Cat episode good. Episode about the eyeball episode's the first episode when they're like, if every hot dog were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. Then there's like the episode where he like changes his fingers into cats. There's the episode where he like makes Frybo like try to kill everyone. Those episodes are so much more charming, and it's like not like I feel like the show was like became more pretty over time and like lost its quirks. I feel like that's like a problem with cartoons now. Like I feel like everything is becoming they try to make everything more like aesthetic in a way. Like I feel like especially like the total drama art style, like would not fly with a new cartoon. I feel like we need like not everything needs to look aesthetically cute and pretty. Like that's what it like I find stuff that look a little off more aesthetic than things that look perfect. Like once it be like I don't know, I feel like the show kind of lost a lot of its charm. Once they introduced Jasper and Peridot, I know that's like dumb because I love Peridot. It lost its focus. Like the focus is on the main characters. I I'm a fan of the. I'm just saying I'm a fan of those episodes that are later on that were like people considered filler. Like those were the best episodes in my. I thought they were the best episodes because they were more focused on Steven. The show is called Steven Universe. It's Steven's perspective. His name is Steven Universe. So the show is supposed to be about him, not about every gem possible. Like it's cool to show the world, and I feel like a lot of the characters that were like the earlier character, like Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and Steven. Steven and Pearl have like a really big change. I feel like after like season one, just like become different characters. Like I like not like completely, but Pearl is more like mean kind of towards Steven. She kind of gets upset with Steven more, and people kind of thought that was annoying, so they like got rid of it. But it's like I feel like that was a big part of the charm. I feel like Steven was more childish. They kind of like remove that element to make him more like aesthetic. Kids are not supposed to be. Not everyone is aesthetic. Clearly, not everyone's perfect. Like, especially with like younger like kids. Like he was like 8 in the beginning, I think, or like 10. He's not gonna be like not annoying. He's gonna be annoying like a normal kid is. And so it's like, why are they trying to make him like presentable? I really like Pearl's design. Like, and I really liked Amethyst's design. I like the first outfits a lot. Pearl's second outfit's pretty good too, though. There was the episode about Arnett playing with the meats at the arcade, and then like her glasses came off. I literally like know all the first like 10 episodes by memory. Like what happens. Like that's how good they are. Also, when I was in middle school, for Steven Universe, I was like so obsessed that 2 years in a row I got the collector's backpacks. and I wore them in middle school to school, which is so funny. But I'm starting to realize like it wasn't as cringe as I thought it was. Like everyone else was wearing like Maverick merch and Logan Paul merch. Like what's more cringe, wearing Maverick, Logan Paul, or a Steven Universe backpack? We gotta be honest. I feel like my backpack was the least cringe out of all of them. I'm sorry, but I feel like it might have honestly been. Like we should have all been wearing Steven Universe backpacks. Like yeah, we should have all been wearing Steven Universe backpacks instead of Maverick merch.
And here, dude, take some Maverick merchandise.
The next year they released Clarence. Clarence. I liked Clarence like a lot when it first came out. I liked the episode where they went to like the arcade. I thought it was really funny. Like I thought it was an interesting cartoon. I liked it. When I was a kid, I wasn't a fan of Clarence's design. Like I thought he was ugly. But now I feel like that's like a part of the charm. Wait, there was another episode where they had like some like the version of McDonald's, and they like played in this place, and Sumo got like a cow toy, and he was like in love with it. It was like so funny. And then like they stole Jeff's fries, and like Clarence like put it in his back pocket, and like climbed up to play plays. Jeff like flipped. He's like, cause he's like scared of things being gross. And kids are gross, obviously, and like play places are gross. And so he gets like really mad at Clarence. After went on and on, there was one episode that like freaked me out and got I was done with Clarence after that episode. It was the episode about Jeff's foot. I don't even know if it was that episode. I feel like it was just like the screaming in general from Jeff, like kind of really annoying to me. But that's a part of the charm of the show, I think, is like the annoying element, because it's like kids are annoying. Clarence is probably like one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows. Like I feel like it's really well written. The characters are very realistic to how kids actually are, and like everyone has their annoying parts. Like Sumo can be annoying, Clarence can be annoying, Jeff can be annoying. They don't always get along. There was Weaver Bears. Weaver Bears started airing a little bit after, like a year after Clarence. I really liked the show. It had like episodes that went more in depth on like Ice Bear's backstory. I feel like this show had like the perfect amount of lore with like the perfect amount of normal episodes. Like I really liked how like Panda was like a girly pop, and he like loved his K-pop and his like anime. Throughout like when I was watching Cartoon Network, there was always Teen Titans Go. I liked Teen Titans Go. I started not liking it once I saw people making fun of it on the internet. Like looking back at it, Teen Titans Go was overhated. Like a lot of the shows had fart humor and like butt humor, and like Clarence did. Total Drama. We don't talk about that. Total Drama had fart humor. And like those are the two I can think of at the top of my head. Gumball probably did. Like why did people get so triggered at there being like fart and butt humor? Like it's like what everything did. Like the Minions movies had that. And like all animated media, like main demographic was for kids, had that in it at that point pretty much. Like I don't know. I just think it's dumb that people got like upset about that. Like if you watch some of the earlier episodes or like the movie they made, I watched the movie that recently. I thought it was honestly better than a lot of superhero stuff from recent. I feel like the voice actors have all like gotten really like they have a really good dynamic on Teen Titans Go, because they've worked together for so long and they've all acted a lot. Like they're not just like newcomers kind of. Teen Titans Go kind of makes fun of the ideas of superheroes, and so I feel like, to be honest, I feel like why it was overhated is because Marvel was like the big thing at the time, and superhero movies were like the big thing at the time. But I feel like now people are over superheroes and over like the stupid cinematic universes and all that. I feel like Teen Titans Go kind of makes fun of that. It makes fun of it's like they literally say it. They're like we're like the superheroes no one knows, and we're kind of like dumb and stupid. There's like a team of kids that aren't good at fighting, and that's like funny. I think, I don't know. And I feel like the problem is Cartoon Network just aired all the time, like maybe 25% of the time, or maybe even 50. People would have been fine with it, but since they always had it on, you probably saw the same episode twice in a day. That was the problem. Then I would have just like aired more than Teen Titans Go. Honestly, I honestly looking back at it, I really liked Teen Titans Go. Like I thought it was obnoxious at the time, kind of a little bit. But Looking back at it, I feel like I like it. Like, there's this figure they have of Starfire. I think Funko made it. It's not a Funko Pop. It's not a Funko Pop. But they made like a Star Candy figure of Starfire. It's just like her, and it has like the Teenage Go art style, and it's like really aesthetic. It's really aesthetic. To me, it's really aesthetic. That is something I want to buy, but they don't sell it anymore, so I have to get on like the secondhand market. I feel like that's something I really need in my toy collection. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. If you don't dislike it, dislike it. If you have any suggestions for what I should make, comment. Or if you have any thoughts. Thank you. Thank you for watching.